President Trump's speech at the General Assembly at the United Nations started off a little bit rocky, teleprompter issues. On the substance, obviously, President Trump talked about some of the international crises facing the global communities. In part, the conflict in Gaza. He said that that needs to end. There needs to be a ceasefire, although not without the hostages being released. And he also really chided some of America's allies for calling for a Palestinian state.
Dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal. That being the case, what is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential.
And on Russia and Ukraine, the president also called out some of the U.S.'s European allies, saying that the U.S. is ready to move forward on sanctions punishing countries for buying Russian oil and gas, but that there are still European and NATO nations doing that. He says until that stops, the U.S. sanctions will not move forward.
China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy and Russian energy products, which, as you know, I found out about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't happy. Think of it. They're funding the war against themselves.
President Trump also spent a couple of different moments in his speech criticizing the UN itself as a body, saying that it is ineffective in stopping wars, saying that all they do is issue strongly worded statements, which he says don't stop wars at all. And he criticized the UN and several nations within it for their climate policies and for being complicit, in his view, with mass migration, not just to the United States, but also in Europe.